Hello everyone, welcome once again to This Week in Comics. I am Sid, we're in Comic Connections, and we're taking a look at all the comics that come out this week, which is the 25th of July, 2018. My first pick this week is Infinity Wars Prime from Marvel Comics. Following on from last week's Infinity Countdown issue 5, Infinity Wars Prime is the prelude to Infinity Wars. So basically, Infinity Countdown, it might as well be like a 12-issue series at this point, and this is like issue 70 squillion, I don't know, I've lost track. But if you've done Infinity Countdown 1 to 5 and you want to do Infinity Wars, you pretty much need Infinity Wars Prime. We've made it easy for you. If you ordered Infinity Countdown at any point, you have an Infinity Wars Prime in your section because we're just that good. It makes it easier. If you don't want it, that's fine. But then you're going to not know what's happening in the series, so you do want this, honestly. As I've mentioned before, it's basically a Guardians of the Galaxy book. There's fan-off stuff happening in it, and they're reuniting the 6 Infinity Stones for the first time in recent Marvel history. So lots of interesting stuff going on. Yeah, it's a little bit late now compared to the Avengers movie, but, you know, it's still cool, so read it. Following on from 2 weeks ago when we had the brand new Superman issue 1 in by Bendis, now we have Action Comics 1001. So it's been like 3 months since Action Comics 1000 dropped, but we're finally following on with, we've had the Man of Steel 6-issue series. Brian Michael Bendis is still writing it, but he is keeping the Action Comics and the Superman book separate. They both have David Mack variant covers, which is what I'm down for because I just love David Mack. Yeah, that's it. If you're enjoying Superman, you're enjoying Bendis, just let you know, really, public information service. It's out. I don't need to sell you on this, you're all buying it. Well done. Keeping it DC with Teen Titans issue 20. So there's a new creative team on this book. I believe Adam Glass is the new writer. The idea is that Teen Titans are being more proactive. Damian's fed up with letting the adult heroes botch stuff after they lost a planet in No Justice. So he's like, right, we're going to be a new proactive team. And you know what? Lobo's daughter, Crush, is in this as well. She seems cool. It seems like a fun book. I've always liked the kind of Teen Titans Young Justice thing. So I'm on board for this. Let's see where it goes. Still keeping it DC with Doomsday Clock issue 6. Look, I know I normally open the videos with Doomsday Clock, just say, hey, it's in. You're kind of getting the idea now that it's coming out every 2 months. That's cool. To celebrate the halfway point, if you have got every issue of this from us, you can get a free Doomsday Clock badge in store. So we're just that nice. And if you do a social media retweet, you can get a lithograph print as well while stocks last. So yeah, we're just trying to give something back. Doomsday Clock is our best-selling DC book. It's outselling all the Batman stuff now that White Knight's over and done with. So yeah, we're very pleased to see this in. We wish it would come out more often, obviously, but we're on board. We're halfway. Let's keep it going. Doomsday Clock. Let's go to Marvel for a bit with Mr. and Mrs. X. So this is following on from X-Men issue 30. Spoilers, the Kitty Pryde Colossus wedding didn't go down as planned. You've had like 2 months now, you know that's not the case, right? But instead, Rogue and Gambit got hitched. Obviously, there's quite a big audience for Rogue and Gambit fans, and they're quite pleased to see them hooked up. So they're doing, like, it looks to be like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing, where they're just a married couple superhero team off doing their thing, with Gambit being a little bit creepy and Rogue being a bit of a southern throwback. It's Mr. and Mrs. X. It's an X-Men book that isn't just about a team, it's about a couple. Amazing Spider-Man issue 2 is in, so it doesn't seem that long ago that issue 1 came in. That's because it was only like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. But yeah, it's nice to see they're coming out regularly. Nick Spencer's writing it, Ryan Otley's drawing it, and come on, yeah. Oh, we have the boxes in. So not only does it have the lovely artwork from issue 1 on the front, but on the other side it has the artwork from issue 2. And on the top it has the Spider-Man logo. Ta-da! The Long Con issue 1 from Oni. This looked quite interesting and fun. I remember reading up on it at the time, being quite excited. Obviously, that was 2.5 months ago I've ordered it, and now I can't remember what it's about. But I think it was, the idea was there was a big convention, and then the apocalypse happened while people were trapped in a convention. And it's just that kind of fun. What do we do in an apocalypse? But through the filter of, you're at a comic convention. Quite a fun idea. I had a similar idea for one years ago about a zombie outbreak at a con that I was going to call San Diego Necrocomic-Con. I didn't write it because I was busy, and now the idea is out in the open, so one of you is going to steal it, you assholes. I don't do Valiant, I can't read everything, I do try, but a lot of people pre-ordered Britannia, Lost Eagles of Rome, issue 1. It's written by Peter Milligan, who's one of the old school Vertigo guys from the way back when machine. It's very historical. Yeah, it looks like Britannia and Rome kind of amalgamated into one super empire. So I'm going to give the first issue a look, see what I think, and maybe I'll comment on it, maybe I won't. If you guys read it, let me know what you think as well, because the shop is also yours and customer feedback is important. That's how we know what books to carry. Also in from DC, off the success of No Justice and Scott Snyder's Justice League, is Justice League Dark. Now, I wasn't so taken with this because I don't tend to like there being lots and lots of Justice League books. It's an interesting team though, because I like Satana, Swamp Thing's cool, it looks like Man-Bat's in it, Wonder Woman, Detective Chimp, gotta love Detective Chimp. But you know what, I am going to give this a look, because Tynion the Fourth is on it. So he's the chap who's just come off a 2-year epic run on Detective Comics, which I mightily enjoyed, and if I can't show my appreciation by supporting a new series of his, then what's the point in any of this? Oh, it's that time of the year again where DC put out a really expensive special. So we have got the DCs Beach Blanket Bad Guys Summer Special. You get 10 brand new unique stories in this, which they're always good fun. There's usually a couple of standout stories. It's an anthology series, so don't expect it all to be good. But you've got Lee Bermejo doing a Joker Bizarro story. That's going to bring people in, because obviously we have the Batman Damned book coming out fairly soon. But yeah, it's focusing on the villains, as the title would have you believe. You know, there's a lot of people out there who are like, gotta have all the DC specials, so holiday specials, summer specials. You know who you are, you know if this applies to you. But it looks a lot of fun, and it's got a beautiful Amanda Connor cover. So what more is there to say other than, ooh, nice. So you all know it was San Diego Comic-Con last weekend, by the plethora of releases of movies and video games and merch and stuff and tat. There was even a few comic announcements in that. Shocking, isn't it, for a Comic-Con? What some of you might not know is it was Eisner weekend. So that's the comic equivalent of the Oscars, based on Will Eisner, who used to come out and actually hand give the awards to people himself. As Straczynski said, you don't get an Oscar from Oscar, but you get an Eisner from Will Eisner, and that's much cooler. I digress. The winners, the big winners of the Eisners were Tom King, who writes Batman, but I think mostly he won that for the incredibly good Mr. Miracle. I've been telling you guys for months to read Mr. Miracle. You don't listen. No, you don't, do you? But yeah, Eisner Award winner, so get on the Tom King thing. However, there was a co-best writer this year, Marjorie Liu, who does Monstrous, which is a long roundabout way of me saying my graphic novel pick of the week this week is the beautiful Monstrous graphic novel series, published by Image. Fantastic art throughout. It's got a very good write-up on the back, on the front, even from Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman says, remarkable. So, yep, great write-up there. Set in an alternate world of Art Deco beauty and steampunk horror, Monstrous tells the epic story of a teenage survivor of a cataclysmic war between humans and their hated enemies, the Arcanics. I haven't read it. But you know what? It won an Eisner, so it must be good, right? Right. Also, Lisa from Spartown Comics loved this book. It's one of her favourites. So on the strength of that alone, it's my pick, and you should read it too. And I'm going to hit it one more time, because I know the guy filming it hates what that does to the mic levels. That's it this week. Nothing else to mention. We have got some events and stuff coming up at the end of August, beginning of September. I'm going to mention them closer to the time. All I'm going to do now, though, is pimp my own Kickstarter. So I have written a comic series. We've released a toy line already. That was the hard bit and the expensive bit. The comic should be relatively easy. If you would like to support my comic, it's called The Unrustables. And if you go on Kickstarter.com and look for The Unrustables, you'll find it. Or tinyurl.com/unrust comics. Ugh, can't believe I got that bit wrong. So if you want to support my Kickstarter, have a look. If you don't, that's fine. I'm easy either way. If it doesn't get funded, I don't have to do any more writing on it. So I'd quite like to finish it though, really. That's it. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Let's hope the heat wave ends soon before we all die. Take care.